be my muscle man back there. Get everybody coming this way, okay? So we can go ahead and get started there. It's a wonderful thing when you sit and visit and talk and have all your friends and all of that. That's what church is all about. But there is time then we kind of need to get started and get everybody's cooperation. So if you can kind of come on in and find a seat, and then we'll go ahead and get started tonight. Pardon? Yeah, I want you to muscle all those people. Yeah.
All right, people, it's either in or out.
There you go. That's what I wanted you to do. All right. All right. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that. Okay. All right, Mr. Clark, why don't you come and kind of introduce everything tonight?
Well, good evening, everyone. This is our conclusion to the Musicians on Mission program for this school year anyway. We have been blessed to get to know Crystal and Jackson. It was truly a Lord bringing us together type of thing, where people in Ohio were getting our updates and found out that we were in Kansas City and said, we know of a Chinese family in Kansas City. Do you live anywhere near them? And at the time we were over on Eaton Street, and we were literally just a few minutes away from them. And so we started getting to know each other, and she just shared how they really didn't have opportunities to do music, and she wanted to reach out into the community, and I said, let me check, but I think we can handle that. And it has been a blessing to our church, it has been a blessing to our friends and our family to get to know Crystal and Jackson, to be able to present it with the school. They've been a blessing both to the church and to the school. And we just want to thank them for doing this on a regular basis. And we wanted to let you guys know that this was totally something that she volunteered for. They are doing this out of the generosity of their heart and their love for music. And it comes through with every presentation, and we want to thank them, and I'm glad you can be here for this very special last night.
Welcome back to Musicians on Mission. I am so happy today because it's a special day. First of all, happy Mother's Day to all mothers here and those ones who will be listening online. Today is very special also because it's, as Jeremy said, this is the final one before next school year. This summer, I'm traveling to Vienna, to attend a very prestigious summer school for music for piano players. I'm one out of 8 pianists around the world that is being invited, and there will be 8 masters coming there, teaching us one by one, each per week. And then we are going to have master classes, recitals, as well as lectures. And then we are going to do interviews and going to different museums in Vienna, etc. And all of the expenses are covered by the International Levin Foundation of Piano. Thank you. Thank you. As you would see on the program, today we have several changes of the program because Jackson today in cooking, he cut his fingers. So he's not able to do all of the pieces on the program. But I'm going to play you another masterpiece by Liszt, which I will be introducing a little bit in a little bit. But first, we're going to play Toi Mahai by Robert Schumann. And I will let Jackson to talk a little bit about this piece.
Hello, everybody. It's too short. Okay, it's fine. My name is Jackson, and nice to meet you again. This is my third time here. I'm very happy to with my wife Crystal, and I'm also happy she will go to Vienna this summer. And it's a little bit hard for me, but I'm very happy for her. But still, I'm very happy for her. And we'll play the one of the Robert Schumann masterpiece called Toy Mahai. It's Toy Mahai is in German, but in English it's like the dream. So and this is a little piece from the big collection called Kinderzen, which is the scenes of the children's plays. So actually this is very, this piece is very when you're in childhood and you dream of very happy things, or it's very like kids' mind. It's not like adults, So it's so innocent. Yes, that's the word. Thank you. So we will play. First, we'll play this for the opening. Thank you, guys. Enjoy.
Thank you very much. Okay, the next one, that was like a salad, an appetizer for you guys, okay? The next one is the real steak, because I'm going to present piano sonata in B minor by Franz Liszt. This is a revolutionary composition by Franz Liszt because it is called a sonata inside of a sonata because the format is no longer having separate movements in the sonata. Instead of having 4 movements separately, Franz Liszt actually put them together in one movement. So this sonata only has one movement and it's more than 30 minutes long. And it's insanely hard for the piano techniques. It's very challenging. As we all know, Franz Liszt is one of the most famous virtuoso for piano playing in 19th century. So in this piece, you can hear a lot of tough passages. There's also a connection between this piece and another literature piece, which is Goethe's Faust. This is basically a story of a young man who sold his soul with the devil for eternal youth. And there's also a lover of this man whose name is Gretchen. You will also hear her melody in this piece. So there are several music themes, music motifs as Wagner used to do. We all know that Liszt is also one of the son-in-laws of Wagner. So besides that, I want to share you a quotation from my professor. He likes to say that Frédéric Chopin wrote everything that is possible for piano. It's beautiful, all of the touches, articulation, phrase, all that you can think in piano. And Franz Liszt actually wrote everything impossible for piano. So with that, I want to invite you to think about sounds that don't exist in this world, supernatural beings, some kind of imagination that will take you to another place. With that devil story in mind, you'll hear how this starts with almost like the heartbeat of a devil, waking up the demon. And it doesn't end well. So I will just ask you to think about the ending as well. And later after our performance, you can ask us questions about it. Well, enjoy. It's going to be 30 minutes, so stay still with me.
Okay, the last piece we will perform is Amazing Grace. Yeah, and this piece is I arranged it to the cello and piano version. So, yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So here is time for you to ask us any questions after this crazy sounds of music. Please.
How many weeks did it take you to memorize that list piece by heart and without any mistakes?
I have to confess two things. First, there was mistakes. Although you could not notice, but there were some notes that I missed. But nobody can do 100% because we are not machines. But I was quite satisfied with what I performed today. Second, when I learned this piece, it was my professor gave me this assignment, and I thought, there is this list competition in Los Angeles. I thought, okay, I'm going to participate in this competition in 1 month. And then I was wrong because this is not a piece that I can have it learned and done in a month. So it take me, in general, I'm a very fast learner, but it still took me 2 to 3 months, like very, very concentrated practice to have this memorized. And again, this piece is one of the repertoire that I need to go back and back again and again at different stages in my life. This is what many great pianists do. And this one, as well as the Hammerklavier I once performed here, as well as the 24 Preludes by Chopin, these are some great repertoire that we'll just need to go back. And one of the special moment or special thing about being a musician and a professional pianist is that we have so many great repertoire that we can just go back, and each time we go back we will learn something different, we understand something more, and not only about the pieces but also about ourselves whenever we go back. So yes, thank you. So what's the grade I get? Go ahead. Yes, sure. So this Vienna Summer Festival is founded by International Lieven Piano Foundation. This is a foundation that has supported many years for pianists. They started in Italy, Como, among the Como Lake. It was a beautiful place, and the owner rent a castle for all pianists and stayed there. The pianists stayed there for about 2 years, and in these 2 years, he invited all kinds of top pianists, including Martha Argerich. I don't know if some of you know the name, but these are the most well-known pianists in our world. And so he invited all of the masters to teach them privately lessons and to build a relationship with these people that he has funded. And he has been doing this for over 20 years, almost 30 years. And we have many, many great famous alumni from this organization. This is not an organization that is open for public to apply. It's only we are only accepted by invitation. So I'm one of the 8 pianists this year to be invited to go to Vienna, staying there for 2 months, having the opportunity to work with top-notch pianists and just immerse myself in piano music. And I am very, very, very grateful. My teacher, Alon Goldstein, was one of the alumni before, and now he's the artist director of this whole organization. And this time when I am going, I'm actually not only the participant, I'm also the head of all the students. So I'm going to be assistant, I will be helping my professor to organize the whole thing. And so you want me to explain in Chinese? Okay. Okay. Yes, please.
Do you have a favorite piece that you find yourself playing over and over again when you just sit down and relax and want to have fun?
There are many pieces that I like the most. I like whatever I'm playing, it's my favorite. But I would say those ones that I mentioned, every piece has its own characteristics and has its own charisma in my mind. For example, this one is just out of world. Every time I play it, I feel like so much power, and I just feel I'm over the top, filled by music. And then for Hammerklavier, it's a different feeling. After I play Hammerklavier, I feel that I got reborn, like I have a new life after playing it, because the third movement, as we all know, is the longest slow movement among all classical repertoire. And after playing that long, deep, almost depression music, the fourth movement, last movement, is the longest fugue ever written for piano. So it's almost like after you question, you doubt about life, then what's the new answer to life? What's the format for life? So I mean, there are so many different things about every piece, and 24 preludes, each preludes by Chopin, every one is like a character piece. It goes through, some of them are less than 30 seconds. It's so difficult in a way because you almost like you played it and then you forgot, oh, what did I do? So you have to be super zoomed in on in the first second to be able to convey what you want to convey. And that's also difficult. I mean, it's also, these are great music. As my professor used to say, you know, being a pianist, it's a blessing and a curse because we have so many pieces to learn. And if he also said, if you can choose to not be a musician, don't be. Pardon? I have tried when I was in college, when I took some classes in composition, but I found out that, you know, because I've played so many pieces by different composers, what I tend to write was almost in a style of a pre-existing composer. So I couldn't find my own voice. It's difficult because we have a composer right here. He told me that it's difficult to write for the instrument that you are playing because you already have a language that is set up. It's not your own language anymore. So I mean, I have not tried to write anything for other instruments. I love composers. I love, well, here. I love composition in general, but I love analyzing pieces. I love looking in the score and listening to the amazing ideas they have and inventions that they have. But in terms of committing myself to composing, I don't have the time and energy. So I actually also liked conducting. I took a lot of conducting. I was not bad. I actually conducted one of the pieces that he composed for orchestra at Oberlin. I did a student-run orchestra by myself, and then I conducted it. I really enjoyed that experience. But again, it's different profession. If I don't have many roles in life, I might try different stuff. But I think for now, I'm going to just focus on piano. I'm doomed. I hope so. I hope so. As long as you guys still tolerate me, still tolerate with the 30-minute long music. Absolutely, and I hope there's a way that I can record some of my pieces in Europe, because it's going to be a different piano and different acoustic impact in the hall. So I wonder if I could record something and then send it to you guys to share. Please.
Thank you for playing Amazing Grace. Do you have other gospel music that you'd like?
I mean, this Amazing Grace is arranged by him. We haven't arranged any other things yet because we just haven't. But we can, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have, my first piece is actually a song piece. My first piece is actually a song, a piano with a solo bass singer.
Based on a psalm.
Yeah, it's a song. 127 is laboring and prospering with the Lord. Mm-hmm. So, but that one is really, I mean, it's contemporary music. It's a little bit different
language.
Yeah, language. But yeah, I still can show you. But you know, it's a different logic with the church music. A little bit different. Not a little bit, maybe. but if you guys want, I have like YouTube link, or still it's on my website, on my personal website. Mm-hmm. You guys can listen it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, please.
as a composer, how many instruments do you play?
Uh,
And then an add-on question is, how do you feel about the electronic cello?
Okay. The first question is, I actually, as a composer, I mean, you need to, after you established, you can choose, exactly what you want. I mean, maybe only one or two instruments you like. Maybe you compose 100 or 200s music for the particular instrument. But as a student or as a unestablished composer, you need to try all fields. You need to try all the instruments you can. And our degree recital requirements is you need to contain all orchestra instruments inside the recital. You cannot only including the song or the quintet or the quartet. You need to have like including the woodwinds, brass, percussion, piano, and strings. Yeah, and also the singers. So you need to try all the fields. And for me, I composed for like almost every instruments because I composed the orchestra music. So this contains, all orchestra music like woodwinds and brass and percussion and strings, and also in piano solo. And right now I'm composing a chamber opera. Yeah, so it contains 8 players and also 4 singers. So, I'm still working on it. So, and the second question is the electronic music and electronic cello. I didn't try. I didn't try yet, but I think I will. But electro music sound and the voice and their language is very. It's very new for us, actually new for me because I'm I'm very young, I know, but I have a very classical mind. So I only love the score that the maybe 100 or 200 years old things stuffs because I played in cello like for like almost 20 years, so it's always like Dvorak and Beethoven, Mozart, And yeah, I will try I will still try the new thing, though, including the film music, if I can. So, I'm very open with the every type of music. Yeah, including maybe pop music. Yeah. Okay.
So what about, I've run into your injury, but I was curious, what about the piece that you couldn't play because of your injury? What about that was different than what you were able to play? Like, what changed because of that? Does that make sense? Like, was it the fingering and how you have to stretch your hand, or?
Okay, so that's a.
Probably bad question.
Yeah, actually, the first sentence I want to say is fingering for every instrument is really important. As a pianist or as a cellist, if you don't have a good fingering, you cannot play very fast. Even your hand is fast, but your idea and your method is not fast, so you cannot play it fast. So it's the wrong way. So, as the first several years, like first 5 years, maybe Crystal, also me, we're only learning how to play the fingering and also the scales and the arpeggios and the chord progression for pianos. Especially, we need to figure out how the fingering in our heart. So maybe we'll meet a new piece after maybe we'll be a little bit professional, and we can just do very, very naturally. So if we can choose a very good fingering for like some very hard piece, it's really hard to performance. And yeah, that's a hard question for us. We're still changing our fingering every time. Make sure it can be functional. For the best performance. Yeah.
Anything else? Oh, thank you so
I
much.
want to say thank you very much to Crystal and Jackson, and this is
Thank you.
both a Mother's Day
Aw,
gift and
thank you so
a
much.
thank you for your blessing to our church.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, and I want to say the last sentence is actually, I mean, Crystal and me, we're right now, I'm running social media. So if you guys, I mean, if you guys want to learn more with our music or what things we're doing, you can check Crystal's website, also my website. Crystal is running a JG Artist League. For YouTube channel right now. So they contains a lot of interviews and a lot of music videos, including You Duet, which is what former do, like we're signature videos for Amazing Grace, the Swan, and the Toy Mahai. We also have a video online. So if you guys want to check, and also contain a lot of interviews for, I mean, particular pieces, right? Yeah. So thank you guys.
We just want to mention that this program is actually on our church website. If you go to our church website, there is a Musicians on Mission page, and there is a link to her Facebook, YouTube list, so you can actually get to what they're talking about, and you can share that with other people, and I know they would greatly appreciate it if you do use any kind of social media to link it for them and share that. That would be a blessing to them. Thank you very much. We will pray for your safety and your trip. I know you also wanted to try and get back to China to visit family, so we'll pray about that too. Oh, okay. You couldn't do it? Oh. Oh, ouch. Yes. Okay. So yeah, they can't get those. Sorry. You're very welcome. Thank you. Have a good night.